Now, why Latoya called that girl SpongeBob? Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13 reunion part 1. Girl, what did y'all think? What's it giving? You can tell they ain't got much. They ain't got much. Normally, we get them, you know, seeing them do the makeup and all that other stuff. Baby, they said, hurry up with that. They said, hurry up. We ain't gonna be spending 15, 20 minutes on that because we ain't got that much to talk about, to be honest. I don't know how many reunions we gonna get. I'm thinking it's gonna be probably 3 parts. I don't know why it would be 3 parts. They could have really just wrapped this up in 2 parts, honestly. But you know, they want to like stretch the dollar out. So, all the ladies are getting ready. We start off with all of that. They come in, baby was looking like, get that camera off of me. Like, I do not want to be seen. It's early in the morning. Marlo is just so happy to be there. She is just all up in this ass. Baby, let me tell you something. If it's something that Marlo loves, it is a white man with money and some power. So she was kissing all up and it was cute for her. We start off this reunion with a very a conversation I'm just really kind of sick of hearing about. I'm gonna be completely honest. I am so sick of hearing about the COVID wave. I am just so sick of hearing folks talk about like their bodies and how they don't like it. And it's not that none of them you were hearing them say, "Oh, I felt myself getting out of shape. I wasn't able to do these things that I normally do." It was just I look disgusting. I look fat, I look ugly, and it was just like, this shit was triggering as hell. It was a lot. It was a lot. Like, I was just like, God damn, like, woo. Like, it was just like listening to them talk about this. Like, for like the 5-10 minutes, I was just like, girl, this is too much for me. But it is what it is. Like, girl, they was just going in about that. And we talked to Porsha about Porsha being a baby vegan. What's going on? I'm so glad we talked about that. Porsha being alligator one day. And somebody said, oh, wow, like, girl, that's why she said she calls herself a baby vegan because she ain't all the way there yet. She's taking baby steps. She said she likes it for her diet. I'm like, okay, whatever that means, future. So we get right to it. What is going on with Porsha and the work that she's been doing? Is it authentic? Kenya doesn't think that it was. Kenya was like, girl, I don't know if I believe it. Come to find out, Kenya was upset that she was not included in the PSA that Porsha had did. And Porsha said, the reason why you were not included is because we're not on a good page. And I 100% support that. And I don't like that Kenya is trying to use this as an argument where you don't care about black lives because you didn't even include me in this. No, Kenya. Like, no, like, why would I, something I've been working on, you've been discrediting me, you've been saying all this stuff. Why would I include you in this conversation? Why would I include you in these things? And she doesn't have to. You can be in a community with black folks, you can choose to not want to be in a community with this person. Like, that doesn't mean that you don't value black lives. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. Like, hey, girl, like, me and you, I ain't saying you can't go out, but right now, like, me and you ain't on the same page, so I don't really want to get in that drama. So Kenya acted like that she was like, she experienced something and Porsha wasn't there for her. She just said, hey girl, I'm doing the PSA and I'm not going to invite Kenya. I don't blame her. Now, I don't think it's nothing wrong with Kenya questioning the validity and it is Porsha using this to get more visibility and all of those things. I think that it's very important for those conversations to happen, considering there are a lot of grifters. There's a lot of folks who are making money off of, you know, black folks being harmed in the hands of police. So I don't blame, you know, Kenya for having a conversation about it. But, you know, I don't blame Porsha for not wanting to invite her over. Like, hey, girl, I don't know about that one. Like, girl, I'm good on that. Porsha was ready for Kenya more. Baby, let me tell you something. Porsha, when the conversation came about Kenya wearing that Native American headdress on Halloween, baby, Porsha, baby, the way Porsha jumped in and let her know, remember you ate me up about the Underground Railroad and made all those jokes and stuff, and you want for us to have, you know, have community for you and give you time and all the other stuff, but you didn't offer the same stuff? I said, exactly. Exactly. Kenya be wanting stuff that she does not give anybody else. Kenya, you putting on the headrest was worse than Porsha not knowing about the Underground Railroad. And I don't believe for a second that you have Native American in you enough for you to be out here telling myself that's your heritage. I don't believe that bullshit. I just don't. You can have that. I don't. And you don't honor your heritage on Halloween when there's already been a history of folks dressing up in like Native American stuff for Halloween. So you telling me that you've never heard about it? They told you what it was. You backpedaled about the whole conversation so much. You literally backpedaled on it. You didn't want to respond to it. You was letting it out. They ate your ass up online as they should. You should have, because they post told you that there was a mess. And you didn't think it was bad. Like Drew even told you that there was a mess. But Kenya did have the receipts. But she didn't have the receipts. But she said that Drew had on some Native American stuff on her Facebook. But I tell you, Kenya's team went through and did some digging, found a picture of Porsha and her, Porsha's sister had on a Native American costume. Oh my God. And Kenya, we talking about you right now. Yes, if they did that shit in 2012, it was wrong. But we talking about you right here in this moment in 2020. This moment in 2021 that you wore that mess. And they ate you up. Like they ate you up. So girl, you gonna get it. Like Kenya does not like giving the energy that she be giving. So it's just, I don't be getting that at all. The conversation comes up about, how Kenya had told Porsha and Candy about what's going on with her marriage. And somebody asked a question and said, one of the viewers asked a question and said, girl, why was you not mad at Candy for revealing that information around, these folks? You mad about LaToya doing it, but Candy did it as well. And Kenya said she had a conversation with Candy about it. I did think something of it, but I was thinking to myself, but she's kind of close with these people, so it kind of looks kind of more worse for her, for LaToya to be having a conversation with folks that's clearly that she don't mess with. So, with that being said, you don't want LaToya to be telling your stuff about your marriage. So how can you expect Porsha to want to work with you for this project when you don't mess with her? You see, LaToya should have been spilling your tea over there with them folks like that. And also, Porsha is not wrong for not wanting you to be a part of something that she was working on. Point blank and a period. That's just what it is, girl. Get over it. So we're talking about Kenya. Oh, let's go back. Let's go back up a little bit. Candy was on assignment. Candy had it down. She looked good. Drew's didn't look that bad. Nobody's actually looked bad, to be honest. When I saw it on the camera, I was like, none of them were bad. Cynthia looked amazing. Porsha looked amazing. I love the picture she took in the street when it was raining. Kenya looked good. Drew looked good. Everybody who looked good except I haven't seen Marlo's. And I'm not sure about LaToya's, but we'll see. We'll see about that. I am on Drew's side when she is responding to how Kenya was treating her in the beginning. Kenya, you do some disrespectful shit. You call that girl a stray. You call her a stray, and you do shit the whole thing about talking about her husband being cute and attractive, and then saying I don't understand. That is the most disrespectful shit ever. Honestly, I would have. You needed a popping in the mouth for something like that. To say on camera that her husband looks better than her. That she is not deserving of this man because she's ugly. That is some very nasty, and this is why I don't mess with Kenya like that. Kenya be doing stuff and then she be like, oh my gosh, I don't like that type of energy. That's why her broke ass is on this all-star show, because she knows she needs some damn money. Because Kenya shit ain't doing, ain't nobody going on those shows like that unless they need some extra checks. You ain't telling, they don't enjoy that shit. Especially not Kenya, who we want to be around her child 24/8, okay? 24/7, 24/8, 24/10, countdown. Come on, Beyonce, girl, she needs the money. So Kenya's her spirit is just so ugly. I can't imagine telling somebody, oh girl, your partner looks better than you and I don't understand why they with you. That is the most low down, dirty ass, conniving shit to tell somebody some shit like that. And then you right here talking about this girl and this. Your man treats you like you ugly as hell. Blocking you, not responding, doing all this, telling that you're not wanting your daughter to film. Girl, he's doing all type of conniving. He's doing all type of conniving shit to you. So I just like, it's not making no sense for me, girl. I just don't get it. I don't fuck with Kenya like that. I really don't. I really don't. I'm glad that Drew called her out on that. Like, girl, you called me a straight. Like, why would you do something like that? So we get into a conversation about Drew and what happened with Josiah and the father. And they asked Candy how she felt about it because, you know, she went through something like that with Riley and Block. And, you know, Candace said she teared up a little bit. She definitely understands. She said she's glad that they have caught it early on before it got too bad, because now Riley has a wall up between her father. She's not interested. So Drew asked the question to Kenya and said, hey, girl, you know, you had retweeted something about, you know, my son. You said that it was cringy. Like the person said that it was, you retweeted something where somebody had made a comment and said that it was cringy, and you retweeted it, and I was really hurt by that. And Drew seemed like she was hurt and bothered by it. She said she was very sensitive, and I can understand it. And I was one of those folks in the video who said it was cringy, and I didn't like it. And I honestly, I'm siding with Kenya on this. I do think it was cringy. I don't think Kenya should have retweeted it though. I don't think she should have done that. You're on the show. Like, I think some stuff should be off limits. I think children most definitely should be left off of limits and stuff. And trying to equate her talking about your father of your child is the same thing. It's not the same thing, Kenya. It's not the same thing. Like your husband is grown and he's been on this show and all this stuff. He's consented to being on the show when he was. He's fair game. I think it's ways to like talk about it and all that stuff. But a child, no ma'am, that's not cool. Now, I told y'all in my video, my reviews, I did not think that this conversation should have been had on a TV show, recorded. I understand Drew said, you know, she had to open up and do that, but I just don't think. My whole thing is forget the people. You're trying to have a conversation for everybody else who's dealing with this, da-da-da-da. Yeah, but don't use your child as a teachable moment for everybody else. Your child is your child. Protect them as much as you can. And I just don't think that that should have been a thing with cameras involved and all of that. Because I'm going to be completely honest, and y'all know I love watching some Bravo. But Bravo, truly original, whatever, they don't give a damn about your family and your child like that. They are out here trying to get what's best for the camera and will record it and put it on TV. Like, that's just it. These folks, like, stop trying to be using, oh, I want to be out here and have a conversation, all this other stuff. Like, girl, they're not going to be engaged in this conversation with care and trying to make sure to the best of the ability. Like, because at the end of the day, it's just like, good TV makes me money. So, like, makes them money. And they're going to be thinking, like, good TV makes them money. So, you know, I thought there was a private matter. I don't think that should have been shared. I was on Kenya's side with that. Let me tell you something, Bravo. Y'all had some very sloppy editing. There was one moment when Candy was talking and Ralph was sitting right behind Drew, and then he disappeared. Like, they were still talking, they went back on Drew, and then he had disappeared. And I was like, went back to Candy. I was like, girl, what the hell is going on? Like, what's going on? Like, it was just some sloppy editing. Somebody had caught it on Twitter. And I was like, yes, I saw it too. Like, watch. I was like, god damn. And y'all know I'll be the first one to catch this stuff. So I just didn't get that together. But yeah, Drew was like, she was pressed about that. Like, really, really bad. Now, what I did like is that Ralph sat there and ate his food. Ralph did not engage, and when they were arguing with his wife, when Kenya was going at, Ralph did not say anything. I love that. I said, baby, this is really good. He was like, he just standing there looking good, showing them beautiful teeth, that beautiful smile. That was it. He did say, he joked with the ladies when the Tampa conversation came up, and he said he did not go to no strip club. He just went to the beach, he ran, he did all this stuff. She said they had marriage counseling. Baby, Drew said she seen the bank statement, she seen the receipt. Oh my God! Can you imagine asking for, I can imagine because I've been there before, asking all of that shit just for your sanity. Ooh, when I tell you, these men will gaslight you and make you feel crazy as hell. Like, oh my God, that was a lot going on. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, she said she seen the bank statement, she seen the credit card where it was gas, and she saw the workout stuff from his Apple Watch because he was running. It was a lot. And made a joke, said, why would you run to the strip club? I did not know that Tampa was the capital of strip club. I didn't know anything about that. But he said he would just need to get away by passing other beaches on the way. Let's go to the beach. Let's get away. Girl, Now, the conversation comes up about Kenya being disrespectful with talking about how attractive Drew's husband is. And I feel like it was a fair conversation because Kenya has done that a couple of times. She did that with Phaedra's husband, Apollo, at the time. Like, Kenya has a history of doing that, and she said she made a mention of it one time on an interview. No, girl. Kenya, you have made multiple comments about that man being fine. You even said something about her not being attractive enough to be with this man. Like, Kenya, it's too much. It's too much, like, girl. And as fine as Mark is, you don't seem to be your cup of tea either, because he ain't staying with your ass. And girl, you just not talking about your divorce. I'm so glad Kenya ate your ass up and they told you to let that shit go. Kenya, I'm so glad that Cynthia and Candy just like, girl, we ready for you to move on. Candy literally said the same shit I've been saying. Y'all have been divorcing longer than y'all have been together. Like, y'all been divorcing long. We've not seen one good season of y'all. Kenya, we haven't even got the moment that Cynthia and Mike had. Like, we even got that with you, like, immediately without the 2-3 episode, he was already calling you Ken and snapping his finger and telling your ass to do your step. Girl, it's hilarious. I can't really take it. So the girls just taking a break. They come back. LaToya is here, and LaToya comes in swinging. LaToya calls that girl SpongeBob. I am screaming, and says that Drew has upgraded her looks and her stuff because of LaToya. LaToya has literally upgraded her, all of that. Baby, LaToya came there swinging, and she brought up that Ralph's barber came in, barged in on LaToya while she was in there getting her makeup done, and put a camera in her face and just saying, here's the vitamin C since you're not feeling good. I don't know what's going on with LaToya. LaToya was saying she had a cold, then said she had a bladder infection. I was like, girl, what's going on? Like, it just wasn't making any sense. I don't know. Maybe because she'd been drinking. I don't know what the hell it was. But baby, she came in and lit her ass right on up. I was like, damn, Drew, you better get on her ass. But LaToya, I'm glad she came because I need to shake up. Because baby, this shit was a little boring. But we're going to get with this. We're going to increase or something. Next episode, Cynthia gonna be getting ate up by her wedding. Marlo gonna be showing up, and like she kind of going at Candy. I can't really tell. Next episode is gonna be T. I need to find out what spell that LaToya has been putting on the girls, because Fallon and her husband are divorcing, and he is online calling her out and accusing her of cheating on him. Y'all need to go ahead and get that girl a piece and ask her if she interested in recording this, because baby, like, this is going to be interesting seeing Fallon go from whatever to whatever she gonna be at, girl. But that's what's going on. Also, there's been talk that Candy is like talking about not returning to Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's contemplating. I think what it is that they're phasing Candy out. I think that's what it's giving. I think Candy is being phased out. I think if anything, Bravo or whoever is probably gonna cut her money, probably give her less per episode. Or whatever, and then she just needs to say, it doesn't make no sense for me to constantly be on her and getting underpaid. I'm not gonna be doing that. Because we've not talked about Real Housewives of Atlanta getting a pay increase. We haven't talked about a pay increase on Housewives in a minute. And normally, they always get a pay increase, like a substantial amount, but they have not been getting it. So what's giving? But this was a nice episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 13 Reunion. Let me know what you thought about the episode, the reunion, part 1. And I will be joining y'all live next week on Patreon. And I love y'all so much. Talk to you later on tonight. Bye.